Okay, today is Christmas. Getting my cardio in. Currently doing 5 times a week, 30 minutes per session, typically after training. Didn't have a training day today, decided to take the day off, sleep in a little bit, see the kids open the gifts, that kind of stuff. Now it's about noon 30. Gonna get my half hour in, maybe do a little abs, a little shoulder rehab. For those of you who don't know, ended up tearing a partial tear of my tendon. There's 4 of them that go across your shoulder that cover you, kind of protect your rotator cuff. I tore, I think, one of them partially, and then tore some muscles around here. That was kind of my last straw of pushing powerlifting meet in March. Because before this bodybuilding prep that I'm doing now, which is a 26-week prep, I was gearing up to do a meet possibly in New York in January, and then again in March. I was gaining a bunch of weight. Ended up tearing my quad squatting 745 on the Mars bar. Healed that up actually pretty quick. Most painful injury, but it healed relatively fast. Within about 2 weeks, I was squatting the bar. Within about 4 weeks, I was squatting 2 plates. Within about 6 weeks, I was squatting 4 plates. And I haven't pushed it much heavier because during that, I kept my weight up at around 236. I was hovering around and was benching heavy. Was going to do a big bench for the end of the year. Did some close grip work. Felt a little tight that morning of. Did like 20 minutes of warm up. I was waiting for my workout partner. Felt okay when I started benching. Put 365 on. Boom, nice double. I said, fuck it, I'll do a triple. Never done a triple before with 365 close grip. When I went to push that triple, everything that was tight was no longer tight. It all broke up. I thought it was scar tissue, just bound up. I thought it was okay. It was taking forever to get better, weeks and weeks. Wasn't having any improvement or 5% improvement. Got it looked at, ended up having some tearing in there. So rehabbing that as well still hinders me from really pushing the bench or just chest training in general and shoulders. But we're working through it, keeping the dumbbells lighter, which ultimately, like I said, was the final nail in that coffin for powerlifting this coming year. So switch to bodybuilding. If you've seen my other YouTube videos that Jake has been doing, we're prepping for a show in May 10th, Chicago, NPC. So that was the big switch to move from powerlifting to bodybuilding. So far, like I said, it was a 26-week prep. Started at 236, and last night was my first cheat meal. I did macros for a couple weeks on my own, then I hired a coach, Sam Slater, bodybuilding coach out of Canada, to run my rest of my prep, because just like anybody who hires, be better for coaching, you'd rather just listen to somebody tell you what to do. It's way easier. I don't have to think about training. I don't have to think about food. I just have to do exactly what she says, right? That's kind of why people reach out for us for powerlifting preps, general training, challenges, right? It's easier if someone just tells you what to do. So I've been working with her for about 3 weeks. Did my macros on my own for 3 weeks before then. Was waiting on this shoulder to get better before I started with her. And since that 26 weeks, so we're 6 weeks in, I'm down 28 pounds as of this morning. I know that seems like a lot in 6 weeks. It is. There's a lot of fluff, right? There's a lot of McDonald's every night during the bulk, pizza. I really didn't care. I just had to, at a certain point, I just wanted to see 240 on the scale, which I never got to. I was pushing really hard. So, just a week of clean eating, I probably dropped 10 pounds. So down 28 pounds now total. Had one cheat meal last night, first one since I started the prep. Had some of my wife's Christmas cooking. We celebrate pretty much everything on Christmas Eve. So had a plate of food, one cookie, about a half a drink. So I was allowed one drink, and I pour pretty heavy. So I did about half a drink, which is probably a normal drink. And I woke up at about 1.4 pounds lighter. So kept my cheat meal to a minimum. I think people get kind of overzealous when they get the cheat meal, right? Say you've been dieting for 2-3 weeks, you're gonna go out with your wife or whatever, go get a pizza, and then all of a sudden you slam a pizza, then you're going to get ice cream, and then you have 10 drinks, and your cheat meal turned into a cheat night. You wake up 6 pounds heavier, you hate yourself, and it's like almost like you got to restart for the next 4 or 5 days. So we keep cheat meals to a minimum, 1 plate of food. Feel maybe full. I barely really felt full last night. And I just was super conscious of just loading up on protein, the chicken and the beef that my wife made, little potatoes, some vegetables. I really didn't go crazy, and that's why I showed the 1.4 pound weight loss this morning. In my head, you know, my wife wants me to eat a little more, not necessarily indulge, but just kind of enjoy myself, enjoy her food. She loves to cook. I got a hard time letting go because in my head, if, let's say I go to the show, I really don't care what I place. Obviously everybody wants to get first, but I'm just trying to enjoy this process and not tear anything, get in better shape, mix up my training. But let's say I got third, right, in my weight class. And in the back of my head, if I knew I cheated too much on cheat meals or went off my diet when I felt like it or wasn't as disciplined, I'll know in my head forever that there were stones unturned. Now, if I show up, leave no stone unturned like I have been, no cheat meals unless they're programmed in and they're in moderation, as well as everything perfect through the diet, through the training, through the cardio, and I get 5th place, right? So be it. I'll still be happy because I did everything I could in that 26 weeks up to the meet, in powerlifting mode, up until the competition to stepping on stage to make me perfect. If 4 other guys show up better, good for them. They did everything they could too. But if I show up even better placing and I know I left stones unturned, I'll probably be more pissed off. So that's why everything is perfect. Coach has me eating, like, for example, my next meal is 170 grams of chicken, 230 grams of rice, 70 grams of avocado. Everything's perfect. Weighed out. If it's 1 gram off, I pick the fucking food up off the plate and I move it off the scale. I don't have sauces. I have mustard, salt, and hot sauce. My coffee, I have with a little protein shake, no cream, fake sugar, because I don't want the calories. Everything is dialed in, right? And that's kind of the point of this whole thing, is just follow everything perfectly. For total prep with her would be 23 weeks, 26-week total prep. Just be perfect for 26 weeks. Be disciplined, especially around the holidays. It's tough, right? We had a Christmas party a week ago, food everywhere. Everybody's passing dishes around. I'm heating up turkey and rice in the microwave. It is what it is. I think you have to flip a switch. I spoke about this before, but just flipping that switch gets you in that mindset of nothing fucking matters. The food doesn't matter. Missing the treats doesn't matter. There'll be more cookies. There'll be more bullshit later. What matters is doing everything perfect and not leaving a stone unturned. So in the back of your head, when you step on that stage, you knew you could have done something better, right? Be better is a big part of us now as a company. The gym name, the company name, our lifestyle. So it's just being better. And everybody's like, oh, good discipline. I guess. I mean, you want to call it that, sure, it's discipline. But like I said, it's just a light switch. You're just doing what you're supposed to be doing and doing what you're told to do. It's real simple. If you want to be sloppy, if you want to show up not as lean, if you want to not listen to the coaching you pay for, well, it's going to show when you step on stage. I don't look the best. I mean, obviously I'm looking better from 236. It's pretty disgusting. Very out of shape. I'll do before and after photos. I haven't shown much. I've showed some leg pictures, just some stuff getting dialed in. Still got plenty of fat around my midsection, but I got plenty of time, right? I got 5 months, 20 weeks to get to that dick skin level, you know, thin skin, no fat, and look good on stage. So, you know, it's I wouldn't say it's that hard. I mean, it's hard. The prep, being surrounded by the holidays, like, you get back to that, like, you're gonna have New Year's, you're gonna have Christmas yesterday. Luckily, I had a little bit of a cheat meal, but I could have fucking grazed all day. My wife does appetizers at 1. There's stuffed mushrooms, there's meatballs, there's pretzels, there's Chex Mix, there's cheese boards. I could have grazed all day, had cookies, had dinner, drank 10 Tito's and tonics, could have hammered away, but I didn't. Staying on the path, one plate of food, one cookie, one drink. It's easy when you get to me, it's easy when you get a program for you. You just do it. You do exactly what they say and nothing else. You change anything else and you don't tell them, then you're just doing yourself a disservice. I'll start showing probably more pics in maybe these YouTube videos, a little bit on Instagram. I'm really trying to build this YouTube channel up. I used to do these videos actually years ago, 10 years ago, 12 years ago, driving in my truck, talk about powerlifting when I started getting a little bit more notoriety in that sport. And it was fun having the interactions with the other competitors, people watching, stuff like that. So I'm hoping this kind of brings that to the same level. People ask more questions, get interested, want to do it too maybe, and see where bodybuilding takes me. For those of you who've been following along, you know I competed between the ages of 16, 17, and 18 in 5 different shows. So I still do judge bodybuilding shows. I judge one every year in DeKalb, Illinois, Midwest States OCB. I've been judging that for, it got to be close to a decade now. So I've been in the sport, I should say around the sport rather, so I'm not a stranger to it. I just haven't partaken in a long time. So pretty excited to get on stage. Excited again to talk about this process. People kind of skip it. They all care about the show day. Man, the week to week, even the mornings to morning sometimes, right? You wake up, you're a pound lighter. You know, obviously that's going to slow down as the prep increases, right? I'm not going to lose 1.5 pounds every night. Or something's will have to change on the coaching side. She'll give me more food because she'll realize it's too fast. Because the issue is you lose too much weight too fast when you're have like my kind of stature. You're not like, 300 pounds trying to get to 200. When you're like 236 and I'm guessing I'm going to step on stage in the 180s, be my guess. I have no idea, but pretty good guess that's what I would be at. You want to take it off slow. You take off too much weight too fast. You want to lose kind of the fullness in your muscles. You want to keep that size as much as you can while you trickle down into the show. So I'm losing weight a little fast now. I would imagine when I get into the 190s, it'll slow down quite a bit. We have to readjust the diet, and then it'll slow down in the lower 190s and into the 180s. That probably won't be until February or March, but there's refeed days, stuff to help you feel better, stuff to recomp your muscles, but you really want that slow cut into the show. It looks like I'll be in a light heavyweight. The bottom of the class is 176, the upper class to that is 198. I don't think I'd be under 176. Again, I could be. I just, kind of be worried I'd blow away in the wind a little bit. But, that's why I don't have control of this prep. You get in your mind a lot about, should I be doing this? Should I be losing too much weight? Should I be eating that? Should I have a cheat meal? And you kind of overthink and overanalyze to where you hire a coach. I don't think about anything. I get a plan sent weekly with updates. That's what I'm doing this week. Okay, bye, done. So I can't emphasize hiring somebody to help you, whether it's our company, great. We're really smart. We got a bunch of great people, great registered dietitians. If you want to do bodybuilding, so far real happy with my coach, Sam Slater. But it's just having someone take the reins and not having to think to me, is what helps flip that switch of, I don't have to think anymore. I got to prep. I don't have to prep food. I have to think about my next meal a little bit, but I don't have to think about what I'm eating. I don't have to think about what I'm training. I just know I have to train, then I have to eat, and I have to take my supplements. It's really all that is on my list as far as getting ready for this show. So it makes things a lot easier for me. And again, seeing the transformations in the mirror, seeing the changes, the little bit more vascularity, especially in my legs at 20 weeks out, makes me feel good. I think I've always had a decent set of wheels. Probably a little, but honestly, a little leg dominant if I'm judging myself. We'll see what happens show day. Never done this much cardio before in my life. Even my last preps 13 years ago, the coach I had then was a no cardio coach. Didn't really believe in it. And I was young then anyway. I was 16, 17, and 18. Didn't know if I really needed it that much anyway. I was new to the sport. So I never did cardio. So this is the first time thing. You can tell I'm getting out of breath. The first time I've thrown in cardio, so I'm excited to see how that helps change the body, because I believe in cardio, especially in bodybuilding prep and just for heart health, you know. I had some blood work done with Mark Health, and it showed that I could use some, obviously I did it when I was like 236, so I was overweight, LDL, HDL, all not good, you know, a lot of fat on me, but he's just saying, you know, just increase your cardio. It's gonna bring a lot of these markers down. So I think that's something I will keep up with even into my off seasons, whether it's for a powerlifting meet or another bodybuilding show. It's the cardiovascular aspect of it, I think is gonna be good for me. It's good to just build up a sweat, right? Be able to move. I remember before I started this prep, I was doing karaoke with my girls. I did one song and I was dying. I was sweating, I was out of breath. I could barely sing, not that I sing well, and it was super tough. That was kind of another turning point where we're like, hey, what are you doing, dude? You got 3 kids at home. Yeah, I'm 31, so I can push it a little bit with the weight and still be able to move around, but you know, everything's got a kind of like a time frame on it, right? I don't want to be 45 and then feeling like this, or 55, 65 with grandkids and not being able to move. So I think the prep's going to help me gain some of that cardiovascular strength back, as well as just feel better, move better, be less tired. Eating all that food got me so freaking tired. And there's always a purpose behind it, right? I wanted to squat 850, bench 400, pull 700. I don't really give a shit. But man, do I feel better. I'm walking around at 208 right now. Hopefully by, you know, a week or two, I'll be in the low twos, pushing under 200, which is, I know, victim weight. But I'm just letting my body run its course, see what this program does for me from my coach. Not really thinking about it. So I'm looking forward to, obviously Jacob does the better videos. He clips me talking up here, clips me in the gym. And he's a little bit more savvy with that computer work. Jacob's gone. That's why you're getting one of these videos. Not a lot of clips, no editing. Just gonna go straight from my camera to YouTube, just to put out some content. I think you guys would enjoy a little bit of why I'm doing it, how I do it. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. Please follow the channel. I'm gonna be hammering away at these videos weekly. Jacob, when he's back in town in a week, he'll be putting some more cuts up there, better looking YouTube videos. But it's still just trying to get you guys some content, answer any questions. Just wait. I kind of like doing it because it feels like everybody likes that team atmosphere, right? Of like, oh, we're kind of all in this together. So people watching the prep and seeing me do it, maybe it'll get you fired up. It feels like we're all on the same team. And then I get to talk to somebody. At least somebody's listening out there. I'm alone in my head with these thoughts on this treadmill on Christmas. That's really all I got. If you guys want to see more of this, please subscribe. Check out our apparel, BeBetterOfficial.com. Check out our transformation challenge if you're looking to transform as well. Starts January 6th. Really want to emphasize, you know, kind of a team aspect of it. Get people together going. People are already starting to sign up for it. 8 weeks of training, nutrition guidance with our RD Nikki, who's awesome. You can have an hour consult with her. I would almost make that a non-negotiable. Add that to the package. It's optional, but one of the most beneficial things you'll do is get your nutrition in line and get your food in line. You can work out as much as you want. For the average person, if you eat like shit, it's not going to work out. So get your food in line. We'll get your training in line. It's all inclusive through an app. You'll have me as your coach, being able to talk you through some stuff, fire you up if I have to, and get you in the best shape come end of February, March-ish. When springtime starts to roll around, you'll be back in shape. So, and then I'll hopefully be in shape too. So we're getting there. So thanks for listening to the journey. Thanks for coming along. I'm gonna keep you guys updated as I go.